Call the Merrillville Town Council meeting to order for January 27th at 6:32 p.m. The invocation will be by Christopher Perez from St. Andrew's Angelical Church, and please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come together again as a town council. We ask that you be with us today, help guide us, and give us your wisdom and knowledge. And we also ask that you be with the men and women patrolling our streets tonight, help return them safely to their family and loved ones. We also ask that you be with the firefighters who protect our homes. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Guernsey.
Span. Here. Hardaway.
Yeah.
Barron. Pettit.
Here.
Whitey.
Here.
Miano.
Here.
Karalchek.
Present. 6 members present. Petitions, communications, acknowledgments, and remonstration. Black History Month is in February, and I would like to acknowledge that we will be honoring Black History Month in the coming month of February. We will be displaying something on the digital sign in front of Town Hall Complex during the whole month of February. Anybody else under petitions and communications? Moving along, consent agenda, accounts payable register voucher for January 27, 2015, approval of town council meeting minutes for January 13, 2015.
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. Miano, seconded by Mr. Pettit for the approval of the consent agenda. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Standing committees, budget and finance, Mr. Pettit.
No report.
Public Works, Mr. Span.
No report.
Council Affairs, Mrs. Miano.
Yes, I'm going to be looking into having licensed, legitimate scrappers through town. We have some undesirables, as I'm sure Councilman Hardaway can attest to with his abandoned properties. They are going into abandoned homes. They are also going into buildings where there are occupants and stealing air conditioners. They're stealing copper wiring. When you see a van going around with a ladder attached to it in the middle of winter, you kind of think, what are these people doing? So I will be working on having licensing of the legitimate scrappers with numbers and markings on the side of their vehicles. Also, I want to review the solicitor's ordinances. I would like to have a copy of their business license on one of those lanyard, I guess. Don, you have one on you now, with a copy of the license. So when they do come, knocking on doors, the residents will know automatically, yeah, they are licensed, instead of what I personally have been witnessing in my area, especially, I'm sure all the council people and people out there can agree to, with these meat trucks that come around. They have a freezer in the back of their trucks and they're selling meat, but you know what? There are no extension cords or cords hooked up, so how are they keeping this meat frozen, right? I mean, what is in there? And another thing that I came across, we have collection boxes through town. They are the green ones that say clothing and shoes, right? There was one, and I noticed there was a man stopped there, and he was emptying them. And he had a truck, and the truck had Illinois plates, so my curiosity got the best of me. I began speaking with him, and I was asking him, where does this go to? And he says, well, it goes back to Chicago. And he mentioned one of the suburbs he's taking it back to. I said, then what happens to it then? And he says, yeah, they do donate some clothing, but most of it gets recycled and shredded in one of the textile companies to be reused. There are people in Merrillville, and I'm sure through other towns, we're donating in those boxes. We're thinking it is going to a good cause. It is not. It is not. Businesses in Illinois, they're making money off our good donations. So I really think this is another one I'm going to put on my agenda to check out these collection boxes. I want to make sure that if it is going to a business, and if the business is getting money from this, I want to make sure they're licensed, and I want to see what kind of money we can get back to our town because of these. Anyway, that's it. That's my report.
There's one of those across the street from me.
Yes, and there's one across the street too for me at the gas station in the corner.
I've seen them pull up with a van and
Yes.
load it up.
They load it up, empty, and where are they taking it? They're taking it to the Chicagoland area. And it's like I says, our people are making donations, out of the good of their heart, and they're taking it out there, they're using it for scrap and making money on it. But that is my report.
Didn't we talk about that once before, Sean, years ago?
Yeah, we looked into the licensing of scrappers and
Right.
had a decal designed, and I'm not sure where we ended on that.
At the plan commission level, I did bring forward a collection box issue.
Okay,
I still might have some information on it.
Okay, all right.
okay,
Yeah, I know we talked about it once.
Yeah.
alrighty.
Anybody else under council affairs? Thank you for the report there, Mrs. Neal. Personnel policy and employee benefits, Mr.
No
Pettit.
report.
Public safety, Mr. Whiting.
No report.
Parks and recreations, Mrs. Miano.
Okay, first of all, I want to say that regarding Union Park on 7200 Broadway, a committee of labor organizations was formed, and the development of Union Park will begin in spring of this year. And they will be looking at making benches, signage, seating areas. And also, I just want to go on. I met with our new park director, Jan Orlich, and she is definitely a woman of my heart. We spoke very deeply relating to the issues of what our residents are looking for. We're going to be having different programs for children, young adults, and senior citizens. We're also going to devise a senior advisory committee so our seniors in our town can say and tell us what are they looking for, what do they need, and what do they want to do. We spoke on programs as far as from martial arts to sewing. We've talked about painting. We've talked about having more residents participate in our parks. And I'm so happy we will be having weekly meetings on a Monday. And that is my report. Jan, do you have anything that you would like to add?
You said it all.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
No. Okay. I thank you.
Anybody else under parks and recreations? Seeing none, environmental affairs. I don't have anything. Matt, do you have something?
We're just involved in a lot of plan reviews right now. I actually want to thank the Crossroads Regional Chamber, Lake County Soil and Water Conservation District, and the Kiwanis Club for submitting letters of support for our Clean Community Challenge application to IDM. And then we're also planning to renew the interlocal agreement with the town of Winfield. We supply equipment with personnel to them in times of need. We only had to do it one time last year, but it's worked out pretty well, so we're looking to renew that at some point this year.
Anybody else under environmental affairs? Seeing none, elections and public relations, Mrs. Miano.
Briefly on the community coat program, I roughly gave out 63 coats to our area needy. The program will continue through February, and I will be here on a Saturday, every Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon regarding the coats. And that is my report, Councilman.
Anybody else under public relations? Economic development, Mr. Pettit.
No report.
Utility liaison, Mrs. Barron's not here. Anybody have anything? Abandoned properties, Mr. Hardaway.
Thank you, Mr. President. We met last week and we had a great meeting. We've identified 3 homes that are currently in foreclosure and bank owned, and we've asked Attorney Buscemi to send letters to these lenders, informing them that they have 30 days to tell us exactly what their intent is with these buildings, and if they don't tell us what their plans are within the 30-day time period, then we will pursue accepting title for those. One's in my ward, I think, Sean, one's in your ward on East 67. 54, I think it's 54 East 67th. And then I don't know where the other one's at. I don't remember where the other one's at, but there's 3 of them that we've identified right now, and those are going to be the test case to see exactly what we need to do. But we still want to be vigilant in what we're doing. I think it's a good committee, and I think that so far we're doing good work, and we're looking to see what the fruits of our labor are by the time we meet again next month.
Yeah, I was reading something in the paper about Habitat for Humanity.
Right.
That the veteran or whatever didn't seem that he could qualify, but actually, after he did the paperwork, he actually qualified. And I think that's the property that your mother donated, or,
Yeah,
or
that was-
your
yeah,
family
yeah,
donated.
Corner of 59.
That the family's.
That home is almost completed.
Yeah, so I mean,
And
I'd really
Habitat
like
has
to
advised
see
they're going to build a second home there.
Yeah.
something like that, even if we can partner up with them, even.
Well, one of the things
Forward.
that we said, Mr. President, is that if we have to demolish a home, then we would be looking to donate that lot to the Habitat for Humanity so
Right.
that they could build something on it.
That sounds good.
That's all I have.
Anybody else under abandoned properties?
You know, I'm on that committee and I'm chair right now. I think at this point in time, that's probably the most important committee in this town because abandoned property hurts the community faster than anything else. And I've been getting phone calls from people and they just said that you know, well, we're glad you guys are really stepping up and doing something. I said that the council feels that's one of our main means to go forth on these abandoned properties.
I think it's going to do something for the property values too in town.
And
So
that's our intent, is to make sure that we maintain the integrity of the town of Merrillville as far as property values go.
And I know other communities watching us, and it's a shame they're sitting back and let us do the dirty work. But again, it's like everybody else. You know, the first one does it, they'll be sitting over. He goes, "How'd you guys do this?" Hey, go see Rich. I'm not going to.
anybody else? General orders, ordinance on first reading. We have no ordinance under first reading. Second reading, we have no ordinances under second reading. Only thing we have tonight is a resolution of the town of Merrillville, Lee County, Indiana, authorizing a temporary loan to fill monetary requirements necessary for debt service payments, retroactive to 1/12 of 2015.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Pettit, seconded by Mr. Svan. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. BZA action, we don't have any BZA action during the old business. The acceptance of the Ice Miller LLP to serve as bond counsel for the multifamily housing revenue bond series 2015 Bravo Properties Assisted Living Project.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Pettit, seconded by Mr. Span for approval of the acceptance of the Ice Miller LLP for bond counsel. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, or do we need a roll call on this?
Voice vote is sufficient.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. New business?
I got one thing, Mr. President. I was talking to somebody that lives in your ward, but she lives in Hickory Ridge Apartments. And I don't know if there's anything that we can do or not, but Hickory Ridge is still assessing those residents the
$100.
rental registration, but they're calling it a Merrillville tax when they, on there. And so I don't know, John, if there's anything that we can do about that, but I think that that's misleading to the people. I mean, if you're going to collect the money, collect it, but don't collect it under the umbrella that the town of Merrillville.
Into our general fund.
Exactly, because, we don't need a tax collector. We can collect our own money.
That issue may have been addressed in the recent legislation that the General Assembly passed. Councilman, do you have can you get from any of the residents a copy of that?
I will.
Where that's specified, forward it to me. I'll check the statute.
Right.
Dorinda, there may have been something in the 2014 legislation that, not sure, that provided that the landlords had to roll that back if the town was not assessing the rental registration fees. And I'll check that.
I appreciate that.
Let you know.
Yeah.
If even if there's not a rollback requirement, that is an inaccurate statement because we are not at this time assessing the rental registration fee.
And we've never assessed it to the residents. We've only assessed it to the owners, and however they get their money is
It's a
up to
registration fee for services provided.
Right,
so
but-
it's
but don't
very
say-
misleading.
them. Right, and the lady was visibly upset that the town. She said, you know, you guys are taxing us $8 a month. I'm thinking $8. But anyway, if you could, I'll get you some information, and if you could get back.
I'll check
and
it.
check
report
into
back.
that. I appreciate that.
Can I also say something on that matter? Back in August, we sent out rental registration renewals for $50 per unit because we were unaware that the legislation had been changed. We did send out a letter with their money returned to each property owner or property manager stating that the town was not going to be renewing that at this time, and we would contact them at a later date. And so therefore there was no fee to be paid for updating their rental registration. After you spoke with me today, I did put in a call to the property manager, and he did not return my call yet. He may call me tomorrow. However, if a resident does go on to the website, they're going to still see that rental registration permits is still enforced, even though that we did talk about it last fall. And
Well, here's
then Bruce, we need to get with Jim. We need to get that off the website tomorrow. I mean, that's an easy fix.
Well, yeah, someone should have taken that off.
Yeah, that should be off the website to
But I
start
thought
with.
we were going to stick with it with the $5 thing.
Well,
You're still going to have your rental registration. It's only going to be $5.
right. But regardless of
Not
that,
per unit. It's
per
complex.
well, it is per unit up to 5 units. So if somebody has a single family home, they're going to be assessed $5.
Right.
If they have 6 units, it's $5. If
Right.
it's a community, a development community, it's $5 per entire development. So if there's 300 units, it's only $5.
Okay, but here's the thing. First and foremost is that regardless of whether it's on the website or not, they can't say that it's the town of Merrillville tax.
No, and it doesn't say it. It's a tax.
I know,
And-
but that's what they're saying.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
my concern about it, is that they're saying that the town of Merrillville, you know, we're only collecting this because the town of Merrillville has said that this is a tax.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
the website doesn't say it's a tax.
But,
Yeah,
but that's what they're
yeah,
saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else under new business? I have something under new business. We have a gentleman in town that has a company called Indiana Wholesalers. He's located at the old Brink
On Whitcomb.
on Whitcomb Street, and the state laws are changing a little bit over there, and he's not going to be able to do what he has been doing in the past, and he has 30 dealerships in there right now and 30 licenses with the town of Merrillville. He's having to convert it over to where he has almost the parking for the dealership. They have to have so much square footage for the parking lot. Lonnie Randolph was there this weekend to visit with him, to talk with him about it. He's looking for a letter of support from the town of Merrillville that we still support his business, that he took a blighted business, and he's working with us as far as, keeping a decent business in town. So I'm going to write a letter of support, and Dorinda, he had asked if you can put anything together for him.
The only concern I have is when it was a wholesaler, there was a stipulation that no vehicles were to be displayed or sold on site. Transferring it over to a retail per the state, their requirements, it allows that. So it's not a used car lot.
Right.
They would have to go through an approval process.
You experienced, Dorinda?
Well, I think that's in a C2 zoning district, so it would be a special exception. Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with it. He's been a good neighbor over there. He's
You're not
really
getting calls, Tom. There's no sense in depriving somebody of the highest and best use of their property.
That's exactly.
Bottom line, if the taxpayers aren't complaining,
They're not complaining.
Probably not our place to tell somebody what to do with their property.
And he's really looking like he's really painted the building. He's put some landscaping in over there. He's been a good neighbor. Anytime he has any problems, he's called me at a water line break. He text me at 2:00 in the morning and tell me the water line's broke in front of his place. So, I mean...
Well, to be consistent, I would agree with Dorinda from a planning standpoint. Let's give Tom a packet to take over to him and tell him what the special exception procedure is.
Okay. But I was just going to go ahead and send that letter along to the state that we agree with what he's doing there. Anybody else under new business? Public comment? Anybody have anything under public comment? Pastor?
As it's known that Pentecostal South Lake, we reach into our community at different times in the summer and in the fall for turkey giveaway, the summer picnic. We get a lot of phone calls asking for aid, utilities, etc. Of course, we're gun shy in those situations, especially giving out money. Does the town of Merrillville have any type of a fund that an organization could donate to help our own people? That's closely monitored. We really, as a church organization, I'd rather give money than to someone that can monitor it on their own.
You can call the township trustee, Pastor.
Ross Township.
Ross Township. Joe Shuda can handle that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else under public comment? Seeing none, announcements. Stormwater Board meeting is February 3rd, 2015 at 4:30 p.m.
Mr. President, there apparently is no plan commission, correct?
No plan commission.
No plan commission for February.
So the Plan Commission meeting on February 3rd is
No
canceled?
petitions, I should say.
Right.
We could get together and
Have dinner.
have dinner.
Sounds Sean by.
Yeah.
No Plan Commission then?
No plan commission in February.
Police Commission meeting is February 6th, 2015 at 8 a.m. RDC meeting is February 10th at 2015 at 5:30 p.m. On that RDC meeting, I had talked with Bob from Robinson Engineering, and he has all the preliminary stuff together to send for that grant, and that grant is due February 15th for the Opticon system. I want to bring him in to discuss that, to make sure that we're all on the same page, and this is what we're looking for, and this is what we're going after. So I'm going to have him show up for that meeting too.
Okay.
And then our next town council meeting will be February 10th, 2015 at 6:30 p.m.
I apologize, Mr. President. I do have one new business, old business announcement. Bruce, did we open, through the RDC, did we open the bids on Madison and 73rd?
Bids got postponed until Friday.
Till Friday,
There was
okay.
a couple of questions toward the end of last week that needed to get answered.
So you and Gene and Denny are going to open them in Gene's office on Friday?
We're going to do it probably
Or here?
Friday at 10 o'clock.
Friday at 10 o'clock? Okay.
And then there is a Board of Zoning Appeals meeting tomorrow night at 6:30.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Pettit, seconded by Mr. Hardaway. We're adjourned.